Hello my taxi family and legends. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video in the series that I started a few months ago. If you haven't watched the previous episodes of Same Cars, Different Specs, I'll leave them linked in the description, so make sure to check them out. And today, I'm not here to talk about the latest updates or seasons. As you already know, that's not really my type of content. There are plenty of amazing YouTubers who cover updates, events, and seasons, so you can check out their videos for that. So, why am I here today? I'm here to continue my Same Cars, Different Specs series, and this time, we have two iconic American brothers from the Dodge Viper family. Dodge Viper ACR, the C-Class Viper. Dodge Viper GTS, the A-Class Viper. Both cars share the legendary Viper name, but they have completely different specifications and performance. So today, we're going to check out both cars, compare their specs, and see how different they really are on the track. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes, don't forget to check them out too. Alright legends, let's get started.
Dodge Viper ACR. Alright legends, let's start with the Dodge Viper ACR. This is our C-Class Viper, and honestly, for a C-Class car, it has a pretty interesting combination of stats. The first thing I noticed is its handling. The car feels quite stable through corners, and once you get used to its driving style, it becomes pretty enjoyable to control. But this car is not all about handling. Its acceleration and top speed also make it a decent choice for C-Class races. However, the Viper ACR definitely has its limitations. On tracks with long straights, you can feel that it doesn't have the same speed as some of the faster cars in its class. So, overall, I would say the Viper ACR is more of a balanced and technical C-Class car. But now, let's move to its bigger brother, Dodge Viper GTS. And here we have the Dodge Viper GTS. This time, we're moving up to A-Class, so obviously, we're expecting a completely different level of performance. Compared with the ACR, the GTS feels much more powerful, especially when it comes to speed and acceleration. The car has that classic American muscle character. Powerful, aggressive, and definitely fun to drive. But just because it's a higher class car doesn't mean it's perfect. You still need to manage the corners properly, because raw power alone won't win every race. And that's exactly what makes this comparison interesting. We have the Viper ACR, a C-Class technical fighter, and the Viper GTS, its faster and more powerful A-Class brother. Let's drive this two American beast in the road of asphalt, and check what performance they give.
2,000 years later. 6.5 hours later. 2 inches later. 2 hours later. 2,000 years later. 6.5 hours later. 2 inches later. 2 hours later. Two thousand years later. 6.5 hours later. 2 inches later. 2,000 years later. 6.5 hours later. 2 inches later. 2 hours later.
And that's a wrap on today's Same Cars, Different Specs episode, Legends. Today, we compared the two American Vipers, the Dodge Viper ACR and the Dodge Viper GTS. Same legendary family, but completely different classes, specs, and driving experiences. Now I want to know from you, which Viper is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to become part of the Taxi family. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes of Same Cars, Different Specs, make sure to check them out as well. Thanks for watching, legends. Keep racing, keep collecting, and I'll see you in the next race.